So we're here at the Mass Ascension Saturday. This is amazing. The sun just came up 7:11 in the morning, and here we go. Check it out. Wow, there's hundreds of balloons, and they're all above us. And on the ground, they're inflating. This is one of the most special events you can ever be at. Now, you might be thinking like, what is going on with these zebras? Yeah, these guys are like kind of the judges or the permission givers. They tell them when to fly. And so here, this one just got the double thumbs up, the whistles, and they're getting ready to take off. So you can see that some baskets are small, some are large, but there they go. There's 4 in this one, probably the pilot, a team member, and then 2 paying customers. So this is the Mass Ascension on the weekend. So 9 days, and then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Mass Ascension, which means that there is the most balloons. Now, they fly about every day, but this morning is phenomenal wind conditions, like 3 to 4 miles. Everyone's flying, including some of the special shapes. And so over the next couple hours, I hope to grab so many of these pictures and video to show you how incredible this is. Now, one of the neat things, and if you can look straight out on that horizon there, that's the Rio Grande River all the way there, where those balloons are so low. So some of those pilots are gonna do a touch and go. They're gonna actually put their basket in the Rio Grande River and then take back off again. So we're experiencing today what the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta is famous for, and that is the Albuquerque box. The box is a weather phenomenon here. It only happens here, and I'll explain it later, but these pilots called aeronauts are so happy today because this is incredible. So we have some special shapes here. We have some corporate balloons. We have obviously passenger balloons. And this is spectacular, folks. I'm just telling you right now, you need to come to Albuquerque. Now, you can see here one's coming down. So sometimes they'll inflate and not everything's right. And so the pilot will come back down. You can see over here on this side, the Albuquerque Balloon Museum. And then the VIP area over here, the Gondola Club. Highly, highly recommended. So this is a fabulous time. Now, the balloon's off. You can see that this is the team that's gonna chase the balloon, and then the whole balloon and the gondola goes in that right there. So you can see people cheering. It's tradition when they take off, they cheer, and this is such a spectacular event. So stay with me, we're gonna see lots more. You can see here, this chase crew is wrapping everything up, and they're gonna go chase that balloon. Oftentimes during this amazing weather phenomenon, the balloons will actually come right back here. I know, you're just like, how does this work with no motors? Now, one of the cool things is new balloons. We're seeing right here above us, this is Meta, or formerly Facebook. So you know there's a ton of corporate sponsors here. And so they just go up and they promote. This is advertising at its finest. Let's get behind this zebra and let's take a look. Double thumbs up. She's got the pink tutu, and here we go. So this basket holds 4. And there's just 2 in there. Sometimes they go up and they're just doing checks, they're just showing off. And he's just taking it nice and slow. It looks like a Netflix is a sponsor here. And looks like we have an arachnid over here. I see some new balloons this year. This is fabulous. This is probably the largest balloon festival in history. So normally there's about 500 or less. This year they're saying 600 from over 50 countries, and you can see the excitement that is here. I mean, this is like, you know, when the lights come up, sun comes up, it's game on. And so, absolutely spectacular what we're witnessing.
parachute here. It's connected to these centering lines. It is connected all the way down to the red line in the bottom of the basket. When I pull this, it pulls the top out, allows hot air to escape, and that is how we initiate a descent or land the balloon. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Check this out. Now, what's the size of this from bottom to top?
This is 80 feet tall and I think 63 in diameter. It's 105,000 cubic feet of air. So a cubic foot's about the size of a basketball. Okay. So this, you could put 105,000 basketballs inside of this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And how long have you been flying?
My mom started flying with me before I was born.
Oh, wow.
So this is actually an heirloom balloon. My first ride in this balloon was when I was about 4 years old. Yeah. And that's Cameron. He's doing what we're calling setting the top. It's parachute tapped in, Velcro tabs. And so those tabs just keep that pressure, keep the top in. And one of the things I do in my pre-flight is pull the top, and it releases those Velcro so I don't have to fight with it.
This right here is the most popular balloon. That's right. That is Darth Vader and Yoda. And the cool thing about them is the stormtroopers are there to get a photo. And it's such a fun balloon. Now, this is an amazing day because the Albuquerque balloon box is working today. That's right. So these cooler temps here at the lower will move the balloon out northerly, and then they will ascend, and then they'll come back on these higher, hotter winds, and then they'll descend almost sometimes to the exact same spot. And so it is like incredible. Like, how do they do this? Well, check this out. This is a crowd favorite right here. So this bad boy is going up, and wow, we have got hundreds of balloons. So let's take a look. Let's see if you can find one of your favorites, all right? So this is where most of them go up right here. And then as they ascend, they hit these hotter elevations. And now take a look. All right, there is the most balloons. And if you count really close, you can count well over 100. Now, this is just the first wave. There's gonna be a second wave that's gonna go up. And so trucks are moving out and more trucks are moving in. So, you know, trucks or the chase crews, they're the ones that transport all these. We got Frankenstein over there that we saw last night in our wonderful Special Shapes Glowdeo. Look at this Duke City Ready mix. So that bad boy, I bet is $200,000 or more. You know, some of these are just crazy expensive. So what a beautiful morning. There's the Sandia Mountains. Hey, that is one of the great tram rides anywhere in Southwest. So you could take a tram up there. There's a little hiking. There's, of course, restaurant and coffee. It's a great tram ride. That's called the Sandia Tramway. Oh, look at this dog with the bone in the back. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is awesome. So take a look. I'm gonna just hold it right here. You can see how as they get elevation, you know, 500 feet, 700, 1,000, that they catch these winds that are gonna push them. And so up there, Mr. Penguin, he's sitting there just perfect. And you can see all the beautiful colors getting lit up. Now, if you look in the kind of the center of the screen now, you can see these trucks and their crews taking off. So there they go. They are going to chase their balloon. And then right over here, you've got all these trucks that are also taking off. So for them, it's go time. For them, it's money time. This is their biggest moneymaker all year, from what I hear from a lot of pilots or aeronauts. So again, put this on your list, folks. This is not to be missed at least one time in your life. Now, check this out. Here's this young Frankenstein over here, and he is zipping. Did you see him there? See how quick he's moving? So it's so wild to think that there's no motor. And without a motor, it's literally wherever the wind takes you. Maybe that's where the phrase came from. Hey, I'm here with Ron at the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. Ron's gonna tell us a little bit about what it's like to work here. Tell us all about what you do, Ron.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Just letting you know I'm one of the zebras out here in Albuquerque. What we do is we launch the balloons in the morning, and then we basically facilitate the glow in the evening. What we like to do is what we call a safe coordinated launch. And what we do is, as you can see the field, we got a south side and then we got a north side. And on these north and south sides of the fields, we'll have all the different balloons. And what we'll do is we'll basically launch them in a wave configuration, okay? And when we launch them row by row, so it looks really cool when they take off, all right? And that's what we call a wave. And we just make sure that when we launch our balloons that they've got safe separation on them and that everybody's safe when they take off. We don't want our balloons running into each other. Sometimes when they run into each other, when their envelopes hit each other, we call that a balloon kiss. It's no big deal. That's not too bad, but we like to keep the gondolas and everything else away from the balloons. One of the other things we do out here, we wear these stripes, so we're readily available and visible, okay? And we know where everything is on the field. So if you come out here and you have any kind of emergency, you get separated from your folks or something like that, we have a way to put you back together with your folks. We also know where all the porta potties are here. And we know probably, if you remember what parking lot you were in, we can even tell you how to get back to your car. All right? So we hope you all come out to Albuquerque, see the Balloon Fiesta. This is the 52nd year. We've been doing this for a long time. Most of us zebras, they call us zebras. We got our own trailer over there and everything else, but we have our own little trailer. We do our own thing, and some of us have been doing this up to 30 years already. So a lot of them enjoy it. And I think that's about all I got for you. Have any questions for me, Scott?
Yeah, you know, I was thinking, Ron, have you ever seen an accident out here, or how safe is ballooning in general?
Well, ballooning is very safe. The only thing is with these balloons is they go up and they come down, and that's about all that the pilot has control over, okay? Because he's got that burner to go up and down. The rest of the time, the wind takes them whichever way they need to go.
Wow, now I've heard about this balloon box here in Albuquerque. Can you just make it real clear and simple for us? What is this weather phenomenon?
Okay, what it is with here is we got the mountains to the west over here and the clear area over here, and then the winds prevalently come from the north. So when they come this way, and then as on the surface, they'll be blowing to the south. And then once they get to the south, then the pilots can basically raise up to a certain altitude, which they'll get their information from the pilot's brief in the morning. And say for instance, they have to go up to 2,000 feet. Once they get to 2,000 feet, they catch the prevailing winds, and then they will go back again to the north, and then they do a box, so they essentially can take off and land right here in the field.
Isn't that amazing? And do a lot of them do that?
The ones that are proficient enough to do it, yes, they do.
Amazing.
I mean, that makes it easier for the crew, because every balloon has a chase crew, as you see that every one of these, when they have a car or a truck or a trailer,
Yeah.
all right, that'd be their chase crew. And wherever that balloon goes, once he takes off, they start chasing him. So it's very easy, a lot easier for them just to stay here and wait for the balloons to come back.
That's right. Now, Ron, I see some balloons really low over there. Are they touching down somewhere?
They could be, what they do is, what most pilots will tell you they're doing, as soon as they go up, they're looking for a place to land.
Okay.
Okay.
But the river's over there, right? The Rio Grande River.
Yep. Some of them do what we call a splash and dash.
Oh, wow.
They'll actually go in there and take their basket and touch the water and take off again.
Amazing. So, Ron, what's it like to be in a balloon?
I've flown a few times. It's very beautiful. I mean, a lot of people will say that they're afraid of flying, but it's a whole different thing. Once you get off the ground, it's just a gradual rise up into the air, and then you can see everything from there. The only thing I don't like about it, but you got to live with it, the burners. You know,
Yeah.
You got the burners making the noise up there.
That's right.
But you know, it's just amazing to get up there and you can see everything, and it's quiet and it's calm because you're flying with the wind, so there's no wind.
Amazing.
You're just floating along.
Fantastic. Ron, thank you so much. You're the best. Thanks for what you do here. Really appreciate it.
Good to go, Scott.
So this is a great example of the balloon box, or the Albuquerque box. This beautiful like peacock took off probably an hour ago. And now look, you got the chasers, and this thing's gonna hit and turn. Look at all the chasers. Everybody gets out of the way, and they grabbed it, and there's the landing. They pull in. Uh-oh. Come on now, land that sucker. Everybody's got to get out of the way, and they are pulling it in, and he's on his side, and it's down. This is 380, the Peacock, and the pilot is with just one other person. So you know these landings are just intense, but some are coming in, and I hope you like that one. That one is pretty awesome. Hey, I'm here at the 2024 Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, and this is the glow, the night. I know, this is amazing. Now, here's the cool thing about it. What you gotta know is that each event requires a ticket or a wristband. And so we've got kind of VIP wristbands for this, and we're here, and it's just getting ready to get kicked off. We've already had some skydivers, and that was super cool. And now this is the special Shapes Glowdeo. Yeah, like rodeo, but glow, because it's balloons. And this is a Glowdeo. So here they are. Take a look. The party's just starting, man. And this is such a great vibe. You know, this year, 24, they're going to hit 1 million people in 9 days. You know, put it on your bucket list, because you want to be here. So follow me as I check out these, and then in the morning, I'm going to take some awesome footage of course, the Mass Ascension. Here we go. Let's check this out. Now, I think that is the Wicked Witch right there in the middle. We're going to find out. So, one of the cool things about this is that you can watch the teams get all set up. So here we have the tarp where they're gonna put, obviously, the beautiful, massive balloon, or the envelope. And look, you got all these people helping. Look, you got kids. This is such an amazing event. And so this is amazing weather tonight. I think wind is about 3 or 4 miles an hour. So all these pilots called aeronauts want to put up. And so let's check this out right here. So here's the next step. And they're going to start blowing air into this. How cool is that? How you doing? Hello. Oh, this is amazing. One of the great things about the Balloon Fiesta is that you can actually come here and see them blow up their special shapes, or the Glowdeo it's called. Now the Glowdeo is super cool because, you know what? It only happens like once or twice every year. The winds have to be below 5 miles an hour. Some don't even like to do above 3. So it's a really big deal. So come on, walk with me. Let's see this action. So first thing is, I want you to see them doing this. This is inflating. Check this out. So the basket here is the gondola. And you can see they have a bunch of helpers. So the crew, and man, when that thing goes up, they better be ready. Look, we're backing up. The pilot's in it. Here they go. What is it gonna be? Check this out. Here they come. They're scrambling. The pilot's gotta be ready to jump in. Oh my goodness. So how they do that is amazing. So they've got the crew working hard, and we got the fox and the little fox and the green elephant that I love. And this looks like red, white, and blue something, but we got a parrot. The parrot's bumped into Frankenstein. There's the wolf. Oh my goodness, the conditions for this are incredible. So you know the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta is weather dependent. That's right. So if you get your ticket and it doesn't happen, they'll give you a rain check, but they won't give you a refund. So here we are, folks, and we are kind of kicking off the Balloon Fiesta. So you can see the Sandia Mountains over there. Right there, there's the cheetah or the puma that's getting inflated. There's the penguin. I love the penguins. And this year is a record. They are gonna hit 1 million people. Yeah, you heard that right, 1 million people. Let's go over and see what we can do. Let's see if we can get an all burn. So an all burn is when you ask them to see if you can fire up those jets. And there it is. Here we go. Check this out. So this is an all burn when he turns that baby on. Can you see that?
Hi, Balloon.
So, these special shapes balloon can start at about $80,000, can go all the way up to $300,000. And you can imagine there's some corporate sponsors here, but some of them are owned by a group of people. So there's pilots, or called aeronauts, from over 50 countries that are here, and they come obviously to show off their balloon and also to make some money. So you can take rides in these. Now, the common rider balloon here, they're called rainbow riders, and those are $600 a piece. So I don't know how much balloon rides are where, or how much they are from where you're from, but that's a lot of money here. But that's because Albuquerque is not only the biggest balloon festival in the world, but it's also the #1 place to fly balloons. So it's super crazy to think that these pilots and their crews have come from all over the world to be here. That's what makes this a world-class bucket list or a bucket list experience. Check them out. They are everywhere. So the night is young. We are just getting started. And the great thing about this is that after this, there's the drone show, and then the skydivers, and then the fireworks. I mean, people, you gotta get here. This is incredible. And the night is full of people that are just in awe. I mean, look at all these colors. You can see them in the day, but some of these will fly tomorrow, but not all of them. So the great thing is that you can come here to the Glowdeo and see them all light up. Now, these pilots will stay here as long as they want. They're just here to kind of show off their balloon. Some of them are working for, to take people on balloon rides. But these balloons can weigh all the way up to 1,000 pounds with everything attached. And of course, if you put people in it, it's gonna be way much more than that. And the neat thing is that they are totally collapsible. I mean, you can put this whole sucker in the back of a big truck. That's right. So obviously the envelope, folds together, and crews just make it as small as possible. And then you have the gear, all right? So the gear is basically everything that you see in the middle. And what you don't see are the propane tanks. So let's take a look here at Frankenstein. Frankenstein is a good example of a regular size basket, and you can see the all burn going on right now. And so they can fit about 4 people in there, including the pilot. So when they load up 3 more people in there, it's full. The pilot, and of course they have to be FAA approved, and 3 others. And when they get in that, they're gonna approximately get in this balloon that weighs about 1,000 pounds. It's gonna be much heavier, obviously, as it goes up. And it's about 100 feet high, so 10 stories. And there's basically 3 to 6 parts. So let's take a look at them. The first part, obviously, is the basket. So the basket is the gondola, all right? So let me see where we are, right here in the center. So the basket right here is woven, and the basket holds the propane. So about 30 pounds of propane is used in a 1 to 2 hour flight. Now, the great thing about the basket is that it's lightweight, but it's strong. The second part of all of this is the propane. So the propane is really important, obviously, for the balloon to fly. And so the gear, the equipment is right here in the center. So it's all right here. And you can see that it's the burners. Now he's hitting the burners and it's not taking off from the ground, but there's also some weight on it. So check that out. Now the envelope is the big deal, right? Everybody wants to see the envelope. So he has some lines going up that he's able to pull that release the heat from the top. Now let's take a good look inside here.
Baby, will you grab a water or that little?
Wow, that's Frankenstein. How intense. Now, I've talked to aeronauts in the past, and basically this is their money maker. So some come from all over the world here to make money, and you can see this Glowdeo, or the special shapes, is incredible. Let's take a walk. This could be one of the last all burns of the night. Check it out.
Good morning from the Balloon Fiesta. Hey, this is the last day of the 9 days of the 2024 Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta. And as you can see, I am getting this awesome shot of these balloons just above Albuquerque. So I am in my hotel and we're just getting ready to leave today. But today is Sunday. This is the farewell kiss, they call it, of the Balloon Fiesta. And you can see there and probably count less than 100 balloons. But I've been watching the live report and the balloon director has amazing things to say about this year. So if you went to this year's, you know that the weather was superb. That's right, it was incredible. They had 9 sessions. That means 9 opportunities for the balloons to take off. They took off all 9 sessions. That's right. They inflated or took off. And so they're batting like 1,000 in baseball. So this is an incredible event. Now, it's so weird to see something in the air that doesn't seem to move. You might have heard of the Albuquerque box. And so let's take a quick look at that. So the balloons are rising from the balloon park, which is bottom right of this video. You can see there's a penguin that just is up the skyline of the mountains. So it's dark and it's coming up. And it's going to break through in like 10 seconds. So that's where the field is, all 360 acres, which is about 1/3 of a mile from end to end. There's just about 80 acres of launching. And now you can see the penguin breaking through. Right now, it's between the mountains and above the mountains. You see where I'm at? Okay, so that's the park. Right below it is the Balloon Museum. And so you have these balloons exercising this weather phenomenon called the box, Albuquerque's balloon box. And so, again, I am just blown away that a manned aircraft that requires an FAA license to pilot, the aeronaut or the pilot goes up without any motor. No, it's not like a boat that has a trolling motor that you can lift and use when you need to. They got nothing. So check it out. They go up, they go to the side as they use the cooler winds that pushes them to the northwest, and then they sit. Now, unless they are using their burner and they are going up or going down, they sit. Now, let's get a really interesting perspective. So as I'm moving here, you see some balloons that are just over here, and some of them are really low. So there's a couple things that are going on right now. Number one is there's balloons there that are touching the Rio Grande River. That's right, the Rio Grande River goes through New Mexico. It's the longest river in New Mexico, and they're doing what's called a dash and splash, where their bucket or their basket or their gondola touches the water and they take back off. It's a huge compliment to be able to do that. So you've got most of these balloons staying within the flight pattern of the Albuquerque box. And as they sit there, of course, they've got phenomenal views of Albuquerque and, of course, the balloon park. But they are also giving their paid riders the time of their life. Now, today is the last morning. And what that means is that pilots are tired. I mean, they have been getting up super early, like 3 in the morning, and going out, working hard for people, and letting people go up for a magical bucket list experience. But they're tired. So the balloon director was saying, you know, a lot of them said, we'd love to be there, but we're just not going to fly today. Their team or them, they're just tired. So, you know, one of the advantages of the Balloon Fiesta is going when you can. And, you know, my suggestion, folks, is not to go the last day. Now, if this is the only day that you can, well, do it because it's magical. But you can see what I see, and there are just approximately less than 100 balloons up there. And I know yesterday there was over 500 in the Mass Ascension. So that was a Saturday. So here's a pro tip. If you're going to come, try, of course, to do the night and to do the Glowdeo, it's called. And so that's a separate event. Remember, each event requires a ticket. So come at night, maybe Friday night, and then it's a short night. You know, you're up at, say, 4 in the morning. And this year the traffic was really bad going north on the interstate. So I've been here 4 years, and this traffic was the worst. So we waited about an hour and 40 minutes to go 25 minutes. So folks, traffic, yeah, you really, if you've driven in LA or Tokyo or India or Miami at rush hour, that's what it was like. But it is such a magical moment when you can see these hundreds of balloons take flight. And look, I'm trying to hold this camera real still, and they are not moving unless they're going up and down or vertically. Horizontally, it doesn't look like they move at all. And so you can see the size of them as some of them become smaller. So they are using those horizontal winds to push them so that they will eventually start to find that current that's going to take them down. And they are going to obviously let out some of the heat in their envelope using a parachute line, which will open it up and allow them to descend. Now, the balloon director this morning said that he thinks that a lot of them are coming back to the park. So the chase crews can take a break, they're going to navigate, and they've got paid passengers on there that know they're going to try to do the whole balloon box and come right back to the park. So here we go, folks. Isn't this amazing and magical? Put it on your list, would you? You want the best of life. This is one of those events that is just unmatched. Now, if you look real close, and let me just turn this for a second, you can see balloons very low. So some of them are doing a splash and dash in the river that winds like an S, and then some of them are actually landing. So this is not far. You know, the average flight, an hour to 2 hours, and up to about 5 miles or 8 miles, depending on what the passengers have paid for. So you can see today there's not a lot of special shapes up. We've got a couple balloons that are a little bit non-traditional, so they're a little bit more up and down, but we've got a special shape taken off right now. And so let's see if we can see what that is. That's a real tough shape to see what that is. It's in the center of the screen right now. And I can't even see it. It's going to come above that mountain, and then we might get a better look of what that is. What is that? So it's definitely a special shape. So, some of these balloons start at 40,000, go up to 80,000 pretty easily, including the envelope, the gondola, and the equipment. And then, of course, you need propane. But that special shape that just took off, I cannot see what it is. So the special shapes, though, a lot of them start at 80,000 and go up from there. So there is a $300,000 balloon here, and it doesn't fly. It just inflates, and it's a crowd stopper, and of course, it's Darth Vader. So Darth Vader is usually accompanied by Yoda and real-life stormtroopers on the ground. So it is phenomenal and so fun, and people, get out there, go do more now, and enjoy your life. Hope you love this video.